Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Watch Pals. My name's Chris. This week we watched Blade Runner, the final cut.
Yes, you have to say that.
The final cut. I'm not sure why it's a final cut, but we'll get into that hopefully.
15 versions.
We will talk about it.
Well,
Stupid.
Before we get into it, though, I'm going to introduce my favorite Blade Runners who cut the cheese every day. The final cut.
It's a stretch, but all right.
Yeah. Jordan's here. Jordan, welcome back to the show.
Happy to cut it with you.
Thanks for cutting it with me. Speaking of cutting it up, Jeff's here to cut it
Hey, we did it. We watched it. We're pals.
up. Yep. And we have to address something before we get into this episode. Unfortunately, you may notice we're down one pal.
The palephant in the room. You have to address it.
Oh, God. The palephant. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I like that. The palephant in the room is our buddy Brian, our watch pal Brian.
Our good pal.
Yes, is decided to take a bit of a leave of absence from the watch pals. He's got some other things he would like to, how do I want to say this?
Fart around with.
He realized we jumped the shark and decided to jump ship.
Yeah, basically, we watched Baby Geniuses, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta take a break, guys. You're killing me with this bull. No, he didn't say that. He just got some stuff that he's gotta, he doesn't have time for the pals anymore.
He got some other stuff going on. He's trying to, other things he wants to approach, and we wish him well. We will see him again. He'll probably guest a few times. He may even come back later, some season in the future. But for now, we are still going forward, though.
We are. We bid Brian Godspeed. He's a watch pal for life. We love you, buddy. But the show must go on because Chris still has not seen many films.
Yep.
Too many films.
So it's
I mean, we can just stop now. That'd be easier for my life, actually. But I will say that in the future we may bring in a new pal, and we're gonna have some guest pals maybe on season 5, hopefully.
This is season 5, yeah.
Yeah, so you will see some people, or hear some people, I should say. I won't see them. You should hear some new people here and there, and maybe someday we'll add a 4th again or a 5th. Who knows? I don't know.
Have we done 50 of these yet?
Yes, we're over 50.
Do we ever like acknowledge the 50th one?
Nope.
Yes, it was. No, maybe not. I don't know.
Did we do 50?
We thought we did 50 at one, but then realized it wasn't. We thought we did 50 as we were recording one, but we realized while recording it wasn't actually the case.
Last season would have been episode 50.
Last episode, Geniuses was 50.
No, Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin.
Oh, was it Mighty Morphin?
Yeah, because this is our 5th season. 4 seasons would be 48. So
48.
Yeah.
So who started the season?
Jordan. It was me. I did Mighty Morphin.
Okay, Mighty Morphin was 50. There you go.
There you go.
What a low note.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
Well, it got all thumbs down, so that's okay.
It's no Baby Geniuses.
A great segue into why I picked the movie I picked, because I felt we did need a change of pace. I did mention this at the end of the last episode that I did have a stinker in the chamber, or at least I think it's going to be a stinker.
Stinker in the chamber.
But I had to change it around. I was like, we can't do 3 in a row. So I picked Blade Runner, and I'm taking a page out of old Chris's book here, and I picked a theme this season of like dystopian futures with robots and things like that. So Blade Runner is on the list.
I like that.
Before we get into the movie, though, I want to know, like, what are some other good or generally seen as, like, I guess this would be sci-fi movie or what's it called?
It's like
cyberpunk movie?
A cyberpunk, yeah. So it's definitely cyberpunk. It is probably responsible for like the aesthetic of cyberpunk more than any other piece of pop culture, because it was like the first one. Yeah. It's like a noir detective kind of movie with, science fiction, futuristic stuff going on. So
what are some other good ones you can think of on top of your head, either of you? Because I'll say that I watched this and I was like, I thought going into this movie, I'm like, oh, I like cyberpunk. I like cyber sci-fi stuff. That's cool. I like cyberpunk stuff probably. And then I was like, maybe I don't like cyberpunk stuff. All right. Anyway,
I just
Blade Runner
think
2049. That's definitely.
yeah, we could talk about a Total Recall, maybe.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Would that count?
Is that the 3 boob lady?
Yeah.
Okay. I never saw it. I just saw that scene.
The Terminator would kind of count, I guess. Like another Arnold.
Never mind. Definitely on the cyberpunk then.
Well, like Minority Report, Videodrome, maybe even like Akira. iRobot. Yeah,
Never seen any of that stuff. Literally none of it, except for Akira.
Johnny Mnemonic, probably.
Johnny Mnemonic. Ooh, what's that?
Is that a cartoon or something? Sounds like a
kind of. It's like
Cartoon Network.
Rotoscope.
Ghost in the Shell would be one, right?
I guess.
But that's like anime. I'm talking about like live action, Blade Runner style, influenced by Blade Runner, or what influenced Blade Runner, you think? Did he invent the cyberpunk aesthetic?
No, it's after a book called Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. It's Blade Runner is written.
Okay.
Matrix?
Yeah, I guess. I could see that.
These all sound like a mush of stuff. It's just sci-fi and cyberpunk are the same thing?
No.
Fifth Element. What about
Fifth
that?
Element.
That's a great okay. That's a great movie.
Elysium. Did you guys ever see that one? That's the one that did the District 8 guy did that.
Oh yeah. Sorry?
Yeah. Would that be cyberpunk? I don't know. It'd be cyberpunk.
I have no clue. I don't know what the aesthetic is. It just says when I look it up, it says
Minority Report.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna Google this.
Yeah.
futuristic and dystopian aesthetic. Neon lights, skyscrapers.
Tron?
So like
Tron's thrown out there.
really?
Yeah, I mean,
Dark
I guess
City.
Tron.
Ooh, Dark City.
Yeah.
What's a dark?
They got Demolition Man as being one. I don't know. Yeah.
What's
I don't know.
Demolition Man?
Yeah.
What's
You
that
ever
about?
saw Demolition Man?
No.
The Three Seashells?
boy.
Who the hell are you talking about? What'd you call me?
Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes are in it. They get frozen.
Blade?
And
Oh my god.
would Blade be no, Blade wouldn't be cyberpunk.
Nah, I don't think so.
I just found out there was 3 Blade movies. I thought there was only 1.
Nah, there's definitely 3. Third one's poopy.
Yeah.
It's basically Ryan Reynolds just plays Deadpool in it basically.
Yeah, the worst
Or
version
just
of
plays
Deadpool.
himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, so we found out what you guys still didn't explain what cyberpunk is, but okay, that's all right.
It's just like this dystopian futuristic, like things should be cool, but they're not.
So like some robot people and skyscrapers and neon lights.
Sure,
So cybernetic people.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a thing that actually needs to be in it, but I guess it's like enhanced.
So you said this came from another movie or another.
It came
thing?
from a book.
And that's where the entire style comes from.
No, I mean probably. I don't know what the first one was. Philip K. Dick wrote the book. I don't think he was the first cyberpunk.
What is it? Is it something about dreaming of sheep or something like that?
Yeah, the android's dream of electric sheep.
Yeah.
That sounds really weird.
All right, so according to AI, cyberpunk is a dystopian
Jesus.
science fiction subgenre characterized by high-tech, low-life blending technology like artificial intelligence, cybernetics, and virtual reality, with social decay, crime, and authoritarian mega corporations. Is basically what this movie is.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't wait till we're there. I can't wait.
We're close. We're getting there.
Well, we should have already been there because the movie's 2019.
I want to. If I could put my brain, I want to be first in line and put my brain in a robot. I want to be like 7 foot tall.
Oh, in a robot.
Ripped.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I want a brain robot.
You said
guy.
that before, yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so let's get into this movie. This movie is called what makes it the
So,
final
Chris,
cut?
you never seen this, right, Chris?
I have never seen this. No.
I knew it. That's why I wanted to pick it. We'll get into why it's the final cut later. I go through all the versions at
I've
the end.
seen this, but I don't know which version I've seen because there's like 4 or 5, right?
There is quite like a big difference in some endings. So I'll get to that.
Are any of them good? Do they have like a good cut?
Chris, you son
Well, this
of a-
one's supposed to be like definitive is saying like what Deckard is, right?
So this one, you know what? I'll just go through the versions right now.
Okay.
Get them.
You guys are okay. So the very first one is the 1982 work print. It was the early rough cut shown to test audience. There's no voiceover narration. Some scenes were unfinished. There were different musical cues and attention. Essentially, this was a prototype version of the film. Not really uncommon to do something like that, like a test run. But then the U.S. theatrical release was 1982, and based off of feedback.
82?
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh my
it's
God.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, with
dude.
these thoughts of this dystopian stuff. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
to
the
be in
book's
that
even
far.
older, yeah.
Wow.
Even visually, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it still holds up. But they added Deckard's voiceover narration to clarify the story more because people in the test audience were like, what the is happening?
I said that the entire time.
It included a happy ending in this version, which later gets cut out. And
What was the happy ending?
the happy ending is Deckard and Rachel drive off into the
Trailer.
countryside. They show them actually, it's less ambiguous.
Okay.
And then
all right.
several violent scenes were trimmed and softened. But in the international theatrical version, it was a little longer and darker than the U.S. release. And they had like the violence and nudity restored, and most of the narration was removed, which is interesting. 1992, Ridley Scott re-edited the film without narration. He removed the happy ending. The film now ends ambiguously, which is kind of what it ends up later. And they added a super important unicorn dream sequence, which wasn't in it before, which is super important, which I'll get to.
Is that why like some people thinks one thing over another?
I mean, it has to be. There's a huge new clue that wasn't there in the original 10 years before. And then they restored some previously cut violence and dialogue. And then the one we watched was friggin' released in 2007. So it took this long to edit it. So this was the only version controlled fully by Ridley Scott. They polished visual effects and restored and cleaned footage so it looked better. They included that unicorn dream in the ambiguous ending and clearer replicant themes. They corrected some continuity errors from earlier versions like lightning, rain, and smoke, like things that didn't carry out through a scene, I guess. And this is the definitive version considered canon, because there is a sequel and there's other things in the Blade Runner universe. So this is the final cut. This was like the one that, Ridley Scott was like, this is it. And there they are. So there are 5 versions of this film out there.
Do you guys
give or
know any other
take.
movie that's been this
Edited over time?
Yeah, because there was was it the first Superman movie, the Christopher Reeve one? Is that one Don Schumer?
Never
The
seen
one
it.
he directed? Wasn't it like his version, like the studio's version, or was that Superman 1 or 2? I can't remember what it was, but I don't really know of any other movies that was kind of like this heavily edited in different variations of.
It reminds me of saying how many versions and how much time has passed. It's like one of those video games they keep on updating even though no one's playing it or something. The creator's just I got it. This must mean a lot to Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
This must have been his favorite movie to keep on going back and doing this to it. Especially the guy that obviously he does a lot of stuff. So
Sci-fi, especially.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
There's also the Justice League movie with the Snyder cut.
Snyder cut.
But that was only
That's
one
probably the
version.
most
This-
recent one.
Yeah, this has 5, which is crazy.
Well, we still got time, right? 25 years passed or something by the time the last one was out. Now everyone's release this cut, release that cut.
Yeah, I mean the problem though is since they made a sequel, they kind of dug themselves not dug something in the hole, but kind of forced themselves to accept.
I will
this
say,
original one.
as much as I do like this movie, I think I like the sequel more. I really liked 2049.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. Anyway, we'll get into that.
Is it connected to this one?
Yeah.
Yes, and it didn't do well. Just I didn't know this movie didn't do well when it first came out.
Yeah, it didn't.
Because people talk about it so much.
Yeah, and I'll get into why that is, I think. Just because based around when it came out, what it was surrounded by, things like that. So, all right, let me get into the deets.
Yep, let's move on over.
Yeah, like I said, it was released in 1982 originally. This is the 2007 version, though, directed by Ridley Scott. It's a cyberpunk noir detective mystery thriller. Like I just went over, there are a ton of versions of the film that have some huge differences. This is considered, the version. The notable cast: Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer, Sean Young, AKA Ray Finkel. I don't know if you recognize her.
I don't know who that is.
Ace Ventura. What was her actual
Finkel
name?
and Einhorn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lady who was like the villain.
Wow.
That's her. She's Rachel.
Wow,
I was like,
holy crap.
I know, right? It didn't even. It didn't
crazy.
register. Tiffany pointed that out to me. I was like, holy. Yeah, and then James Hong of Lopan fame is in it for like 2 seconds, but I just wanted to add that he was in there because I love him. All right, so fun facts. The budget was 28 to 30 million. It ended up making like 42 million worldwide, which was considered kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the movie itself is based off the Philip K. Dick novel To Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, which is why the movie's dedicated to him at the beginning. There are a bunch of really big differences between the book and the movie, though, despite having many of the same characters and themes. The biggest reason I found was that in the novel, the androids or replicants are objectively bad. Like, they can't feel emotions at all.
They're called Andes, too.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they're called Andes in the book.
Okay. And yeah, Philip K. Dick was saying that these kinds of emotions were what made someone human. So it was kind of like a different kind of message being sent to. The movie flips that on its head and blurs the line, showing that replicants can feel and express emotion, which is a huge difference. It was well received by critics. It was criticized for its slower pace, lack of action scenes, and gloom. And I think a big reason of why people didn't like it was because Harrison Ford's previous 2 movies were The Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow.
So so they had him like as this big hero in these other blockbusters, and he's kind of like not that good of a hero in this. Like, he's not at all. He gets beat up. He like is kind of.
He almost died.
He almost dies a few times. Like, he's a little less. He's not this stoic, heroic leading man that you expected him to be based off of like Han Solo and Indiana Jones, right?
He's kind of like just a little the entire way through. Like
He kind of. He's just more of a realistic person, I think.
He's like, oh, I'm so sad.
The antagonist in this movie let him live. Like, he would have died. Like, he should have died.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But despite the flop, it went on to become one of the most classic futuristic noir detective films of all time, almost single-handedly forming that aesthetic of what we all think of when we hear the word cyberpunk. Like I said, I watched this with my lady Tiffany, and she was like, yeah, we had like watched this in school, and like I wrote a paper on it and stuff. So like,
really? With all the boobage and everything?
Well, maybe they watched the different version, not 2007. They took the boobs out, and maybe it was the TV version. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't go to school with her.
He's like, I didn't follow up.
I didn't ask her, hey, did you watch the in school? I didn't ask that.
How were they in school? Was it okay?
Yeah. And it was kind of marketed as like this futuristic action thriller, which heavily like leveraged Harrison Ford's stardom too, which I don't think it probably helped people to go see it, but then they were like disappointed by what it was because of that.
There's like, I'm so bored. It's so boring. Why is it 17 hours long?
Oh my God. All right. Okay. Anyway, so now actually getting into the movie, I'm going to try and keep, like I said, I like wrote a dissertation of notes for this film. I'm going to try to get through it as high level as I can, but I felt like there was so much stuff to talk about that it was hard to skip over things. So
there's a lot of jammed into this movie. It is very dense.
It's dense. Yeah, it's very dense. So
boring, but dense.
All right.
I didn't think it was that dense.
I think there's just like every scene has something to pay attention to. There's nothing you can really miss something if you're not paying attention. Like,
okay,
why do
so
that?
Chris didn't like it because he zoned out, like probably like twice and missed huge things.
Well, I was so bored. I kept on nodding off. I
guarantee at the end you're gonna be like, oh.
I'm not saying
see that.
I'm open. You know, I am of all people. I am one of someone who will learn from my experiences.
Let me.
No, you're not.
Let me.
Hey, hold on. I have a I have a bone to pick with you. I looked into the Adrian guy. I watched a supercut of him on YouTube. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
What are we talking about?
Adrian from Peacemaker.
That was Jordan.
If you go listen to What You Watching with Jordan next time, or if you got to after this episode.
Your demeanor, like the way he talks and this acts, man, it's 100%.
Oh, okay.
There was like a prison scene. I was like, what?
All right.
A hyper version of you, hyper realistic version of you. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So let's go into this boring movie.
All right, you idiot. The film opens with a title card explaining some of what's going on, and I'm going to read what it says. It says, this is just, sets up the world for you without having to actually show it. Early in the 21st century, the Tyrell Corporation advanced robot evolution into the Nexus phase, a being virtually identical to a human known as a replicant. The Nexus 6 replicants were superior in strength and at least equal in intelligence to the genetic engineers who created them. Replicants were used off-world as slave labor in the hazardous exploration and colonization of other planets. After a bloody mutiny by a Nexus 6 combat team in an off-world colony, replicants were declared illegal on Earth under penalty of death, and then special police squads, Blade Runner units, had orders to shoot to kill upon detection of any trespassing replicant. But it wasn't called execution, it was called retirement. So basically the replicants weren't viewed as human or anything close to human at all. So that's where sort of
they're robots.
All right.
But
Well,
okay, all right.
Chris would be a Blade Runner.
I destroy every robot. I punch them right in the throat.
Dude, you want to be a robot? You just said you wanted to be one.
I don't want to be a replicant. I want to be like a cyborg. I want to be artificial. I want to be official or not. I want to be
official.
I want to be official. I want to be a real boy.
Yeah, I want to be a real boy in a robot body. So these guys are special because this Nexus 6 is the primary people they're worried about because they can mimic humans so well. Is that the whole thing?
Right. Yeah. The lines are so blurred now that you can't tell. And the Nexus 6 were the latest ones. And we get into the whole, they've only got a limited lifespan, blah, blah, blah.
And as another side note, this kind of starts out if you've ever watched The Expanse, they don't use robots, but they use real humans for this type of stuff. That's another thing that reminds me of this movie is watch The Expanse because the first 2 seasons is basically this exact thing. This movie, the sci-fi seasons of The Expanse. There's 7 seasons, but the 2 first seasons, it's about a guy looking for this kind of setting of off-world planets and stuff, but very noir type of thing. And he's a detective looking for someone. He's not a robot, but
I keep hearing good things about it, but I've never watched it.
It's amazing.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll
have to put it on the old list.
I now.
Oh wow. Well, maybe we'll change your mind after we go through this.
We'll see.
All right. So after this, we open on dystopian Los Angeles in 2019.
The opening shot is cool.
Yeah,
it's very impressive for being from 1982.
It establishes a lot of stuff just through travel, which I think is cool, and I wrote notes about that too. But we see it's always night. There's acid rain. There's towering corporations with flames spewing from the tops of buildings. There's flying cars. The first scene we have outside of this kind of world shot is a smoky room in a blue hue where there's 2 gentlemen. One is asking the other one questions, and then we find out the guy being questioned is named Leon Kowalski, and he's being brought in for a routine interview to determine if he's human. Turns out the interviewer Holden is actually administering something called a Voight-Kampff test. And what that does is it measures involuntary emotional responses, especially empathy.
Are these guys are these robot guys do they have robot insides?
I mean, I guess.
Because couldn't you just poke them and be you're metal? You're a robot.
They are indistinguishable from humans, though. That's what they said in the title card thing.
So they are biologic in some way, or right,
clearly they look like people.
They clearly look on the outside, but on the inside they're also human. Or
that's true.
Are they? Because couldn't they just be scan and be oh, you have some metal in you? When we go through the.
I guess not. I guess this is the way that they did it.
So they have they're made from tissue and crap, but not so much metal part. They're not Terminators on the inside. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right? Yeah, it looks like they're more biologically engineered kind of. I mean, I would imagine. I guess, yeah.
Okay. Really quick before we go on, saying that opening shot, I was really impressed by that, especially when they showed that pyramid tower.
Yeah.
They're very good. I don't know if that's a model what they're doing, but you could tell the scaling of it. You could tell is this monolithic kind of massive thing I was like, which I thought was pretty impressive for like 1982. Like this, how you could tell how big it was, without it being like CGI or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because it's like nighttime? Like it's easier to show that.
That absolutely,
for sure,
absolutely helps. Yeah.
But I remember I didn't see this like until probably 10 years ago for the first time.
I saw it late too.
And I remember like watching like the beginning of this, I was like, holy, like I was like very impressed with the fact that it's like that old of a movie and like they will show like that much detail and scale. I was very impressed by it.
Why is it always night?
Well, just because like it's dystopian future where these corporations kind of run everything and have destroyed the planet, I think.
Okay, so they don't even say why it's night all the time.
I don't think so. If they did, I missed it, but
it might be kind of like Pittsburgh in the
the steel mill days,
yeah, where it was like that whole area or that whole thing of like it was nighttime during the day because of how much smog and crap.
Yeah, I mean they're sending replicants off world to explore colonizing other planets, so clearly something happened that people don't really want to stay there, and I forget
stuff, it seems.
Yeah. Where was I? So Holden is an interviewer administering the Voight-Kampff test, which measures involuntary emotional response like empathy. So he's asking Leon these increasingly unsettling questions about animals, family, violence. Tension keeps building. It's, getting unsettling for Leon, and we can kind of surmise something is up here a little bit. The scene sets up a lot right away. It makes you uneasy about the test, and it shows you how replicants are treated and kind of already makes you question who actually is the villain in the situation, which I think is a cool setup. So Leon pulls a gun, shoots Holden, and this is the start of Blade Runner.
Chris, did you like what you saw so far?
No.
No.
I think the setup's cool. Or like, because even I think at this point I'm still wondering. They don't really say if this guy's a android or not. So I don't really think they think you leave not knowing either way. You kind of figure it, but like.
I mean, you eventually you know something's up with everything, and then you find out. They give you more details. They leak them. Like later, you find out Holden's a Blade Runner, and he was asking him questions because they thought he was a replicant, and they're trying to find these replicants that escaped, and blah blah blah. So
it does that thing in movies where like I get kind of like annoyed with, or like where they kind of not annoyed, but depending how they do it, it's like there's so much information, and at the end you can finally put it all together, and they start piecing things together. But then you're like, nah, that's stupid. Like the way they did that, but like. This is a cool setup. I'll give you that. Just the world.
I do think that I'll give you this, Chris. If you didn't like it on the first one, it is confusing. And I think it's something that if you do end up liking it after we talk about this, I do think it's something that you have to watch a couple times to like really catch everything. Because I feel like I even caught stuff. I especially caught stuff doing this because I wrote to it, right? Like I analyzed it even more than I'd ever done watching it. So
this whole thing with this guy, like it's a cool idea, but like there has to be a more efficient way of doing this. Come on. I mean, come on. Especially the company that made them. I mean, come on. You gotta put a chip in them or something.
Yeah, but then you don't have a movie or a story.
You're right. See if okay.
All right, so after that we meet Harrison Ford's character Deckard, which is a cool name for a character. He's just chilling in the city, kind of eating noodles. And a man comes up behind him, and through some translations, because he's not speaking English, he says he's under arrest and he knows that Deckard's a Blade Runner. He stops eating his noodles. He seems to know who the guy mentioned, Bryant, and then they're off.
That foreign language is called City Speak. In the book, it's like amalgamation of like Japanese, German, and something else. So they're saying at this point, like in time, like all these foreign languages kind of amalgamated into like one language, which I think is kind of interesting.
That is cool. Yeah, I mean that kind of happens, right, with just dialects and slang and stuff.
In general, yeah.
So is being a Blade Runner illegal?
No, it's a job. It's like a police officer. Because
they say he's a Blade Runner, and that's why they're bringing him in.
Right, and he says he's under arrest, and we kind of find out why. And he knows the guy named Bryant, so we find out the guy that took him is named Gaff. If you've ever seen the origami things when looking at Blade Runner, like this is the guy who makes them. Like if you see it on like the cover of some versions of it, you see like the origami unicorn, and I think there's like a swan and stuff. But after this, we do get a really cool travel sequence in a flying car with those really cool synth hits. What's his name? Vangelis or whatever?
Yeah, the guy that does the music.
Yeah, the music is so sick. This scene really establishes like the look and feel of the world RP, which I think is cool. I like how they establish the look and feel of the world through these transition scenes where they're like going somewhere or going to do something instead of just like,
I want to see more of that.
Yeah, and I think the sequel does a lot of that, and that's probably just because of the technology of the time, So then we see Deckard in a police station type place, and he's greeted by Bryant. Deckard doesn't seem super happy to be there, and Bryant says to him, "You wouldn't have come in if I just asked you to." So here we find out Deckard is actually a former Blade Runner. Bryant gives him a rundown of a group of advanced replicants. Nexus 6 models, which we established what they are at the start of the film, escaped and returned to Earth, and then we get introduced to them here. So I'm just going to go through them really quickly. There's Roy Batty, who's Rutger Hauer. He's a combat model. He's technically the leader. His functions like military, combat, hazardous zones. Pris Stratton, she's a pleasure model, so companionship, emotional manipulation, something Chris would probably buy if he could.
What? Nah.
Leon Kowalski. Leon Kowalski's the guy who's combat labor model. He's who shot Holden.
He was in Cabin Boy.
Really? He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff, that guy.
Wait, who was that? What guy was the guy at the beginning?
The guy at the very beginning, he was getting tested. He's in Cabin Boy.
Oh, what is he?
He's one of the not pirates. He's one of the guys on the ship.
Weird. Don't remember.
Then there's Zora Salome. I think that's how you say it. Her role is an assassin and combat model. Her function is covert operations, infiltration, and enforcement. So Deckard's assignment from Bryant is to retire / kill these replicants. We also learn here that the replicants were designed with a built-in lifespan of only 4 years, which is a big plot point that drives the actions of the replicants throughout the movie.
Wait, do these things just come out like exactly how they are? Is the idea that
I think so, yeah. There's
they don't grow up or anything. They're just like, turn them on.
They don't grow up. Okay. It doesn't seem. So after learning his assignment, Deckard takes it. He heads to the Tyrell Corporation where he meets the creator of the replicants that he's been ordered to retire, Mr. Tyrell. So when he gets there, though, Deckard first speaks with someone named Rachel, who presents herself as Tyrell's assistant. At Tyrell's request, Deckard administers the Voight-Kampff test to Rachel, and Deckard's like, "Why do you want me to do this?" And Tyrell says he wants to see if the test fails first to see if it's, actually accurate.
So wait, this girl doesn't know. Is this the whole idea here? She doesn't know that she's a replicant?
Right. At this point, she doesn't know.
And is this something they like leave ambiguous for most of the movie, though?
No, we know she's a replicant.
How? Is it that eye thing they keep doing throughout the movie?
So, yeah, that's an eye thing. Yeah, you picked up on it.
Yeah. So, see, I pay attention to stuff. I just don't really,
Yeah, the eyeball glare is kind of like a tell, and I'll get into that.
Okay. So that's like a common thing. So she is. It's very clear from the beginning she is a replicant, but she doesn't know it.
She doesn't know it, and she finds out because of this part of the film, basically, and she gets upset about it. But so Deckard does the test, the same test we saw at the start of the film with her, but it takes way longer than normal. After the test, why Tyrell and Deckard are alone, Deckard states she's a replicant but doesn't know it. And he's like, "Why would you do this?" And Tyrell discloses that he's impressed he figured it out and that Rachel is a replicant with implanted memories. And then he also says more human than human here, which, side note.
From Fear Factory.
No, it's from White Zombie.
Oh, White Zombie. I'm thinking of Shock.
Yeah, you're thinking shit.
Obsolete.
A lot of Fear Factory is about Terminator, so you did see that now, so you should be able to.
So wait, is that where White Zombie got this?
It is, and that there's like some lyrics. I don't think the song itself is about it, but there's some lyrics within it, like that imply that at least part of it's about Blade Runner, but there's no way the whole song's about Blade Runner. But that line is most definitely from it. But this scene is super important because it shows how easily replicants can pass as human and introduces that memory implantation as like this key idea and begins to unsettle Deckard's confidence in his role as a Blade Runner. Now he's like, what the hell? Like, that was messed up. It took me forever to find out she was, you know, a replicant. It undermines the reliability of the Voight-Kampff test. And it forces Deckard to kind of question the morality of his job. So
the idea is the other replicants up to this point don't have implanted memories, which makes them easier to tell. Okay.
Right. And so she actually thinks she grew up because she has real memories of like someone's niece or something like that. I forgot what they said.
Yeah, it was that Tyrell's niece.
Yeah. So like she has real memories.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's a huge plot point later too, which kind of sets up some ambiguous stuff, which is cool.
So this eye thing they keep doing with this camera, though,
right?
Couldn't they just see the thing the viewers are seeing, or is that like is that like a tell to the viewers?
I think it's more of the film thing tell, and like you'll see it like there's like an owl later where they're like, "Is that real?" And it's like, "Oh no, they made a fake owl and like a snake." And
I'm sure there's some kind of lighting effect for that eye thing, but it was like pretty cool and impressive. Like,
yeah,
like how like certain angles like you catch the redness in their eyes. I thought it was like pretty neat and like subtle.
I think they like probably superimpose that over it later just to get that effect, because it's like it looks like some type of technical thing or like some kind of computer chip type of thing.
Considering it's like the 80s, it's, you know, I don't know, it's pretty impressive. It seems like.
Anyway, after this, Roy Batty and Pris seek out Hannibal Chew, a genetic engineer who works for the Tyrell Corporation, and we find out the driving force behind them being on Earth is that they're hoping to find a way to extend their limited lifespan. So that's where it comes into play. They escaped to Earth because they don't want to die in 4 years.
This guy's been in everything, man.
Hannibal Lopan.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Everything. Yeah, he rules. But they confront him in a freezing laboratory where Chew designs eyes for replicants. Chew tells them that only Tyrell himself could possibly help them. And, he says he's a hard man to meet, but if anyone could help them, it would be a guy named J.F. Sebastian, a genetic designer who works for the Tyrell Corporation.
So this guy's just hanging out in a freezer making eyeballs.
This is his job, to make eyeballs for the replicants, pretty much.
I think it's neat. It shows the scale of like how many people are involved in like this industry and how like this one guy's job is to make eyeballs, and like I'm sure one person's job is to make like, I don't know, limbs
Wieners.
And stuff like that. Like the expansiveness is cool. They're junk.
What? Yeah, like why couldn't they just? I'm sure they have a manufacturing process for these eyeballs. This is stupid.
Maybe they didn't, because it's so like all these people are genetic engineers, and it's like this is the only way to make them. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Sure, someone smart to figure this. This is dumb. This guy's dumb.
All right.
Also, it's frozen as hell in that place. So the idea is he's just in a freezer, and they come here they're asking him, like, why are they asking him this? They're asking him how to increase life.
They know that he's a genetic engineer.
So he works for the Tyrell company. And they probably think that he could figure it out. Okay.
Right. So they're hoping to be able to basically talk to Mr. Tyrell through whatever means necessary, and they seek out Hannibal Chew to do that, who directs them to J.F. Sebastian. And it kind of reframes Roy like not as the villain, but as like a desperate creation. Like this is where it's blurring that line of like, is this guy the bad guy? He's set up that way at the start, but maybe he's not.
There's definitely like connotations of like man and like humanity and God kind of stuff. Like, why would you create us this way if we're flawed kind of thing?
Yep.
So is this guy? That guy's in a lot of other movies too, right?
Rutger Hauer. Yeah, he's a super famous guy. He has also passed away, R.I.P. Chris, I don't know if you played the game Observer, but he was the main character in that. And they flipped that game rules, and it's almost like he is the Blade Runner in that game, which is pretty cool. He was also in Hobo with a Shotgun.
Was he really? Oh, shit. He
was the hobo.
That's right.
I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
He was in
movie.
Batman Begins. I mean, you saw that.
I think I saw that with you.
I mean,
maybe.
We saw. Oh, that's right. We did. Yeah, me and at the drive-in. No, might have been Dark Knight. Oh, yeah, he was in the first one. Yeah.
Was he a bad guy or something?
He took over Wayne Enterprises when Bruce Wayne was gone.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, is he the guy? Is he the guy in Billy Madison that takes over Billy Madison's thing? Like the mean guy? Or is it just another white guy with poofy hair?
Wait, no.
I don't know.
I'm trying to look it up real quick. I don't think that's right.
See the mean guy, Billy Madison?
I don't think that's right at all.
Wait, who was that guy, though?
I don't know. Who's this guy?
The mean guy, Billy
Dang,
Madison?
he's been in so much stuff. Sin City.
Oh, yeah, he was the...
He was the Sin.
He was the deadly sin.
He was the weird priest that got Elijah Wood all messed up in that movie.
Elijah Wood was in that movie?
Yeah.
Dude, what? You never saw Sin City? I swear we saw it together.
I think so, but I think I confused it with that other black and white movie that came out on time, The Shadow or something, or
It was made by the same people.
Yeah, like his second movie. I don't remember.
Holy cow, man!
So he wasn't the Billy Madison bad guy, right? No,
he's been in a ton of crap though. That's an IMDb.
Was now.
Is he in Mr. Deeds?
Anyway, where was I?
Was he Mr. Deeds?
So it's after the eyeball scene.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So the moral gray lines between like what makes someone or something considered human are now apparent. Like why the replicants are doing what they're doing and the struggle Deckard has with his role and everything, and like whether what he's doing is correct. Like this is now set up as like the theme for the rest of the film. I'm gonna try to gloss over a few scenes here. All the scenes I think are important, but I don't think they need broken down as much as the ones I just talked about. This movie's
so dense. It's so dense. There's so much going on.
Yeah, so after that, we see a scene with Deckard and Rachel where she struggles with the revelation that she is a replicant and has difficulty accepting it. And their interaction highlights like her vulnerabilities and begins to draw Deckard into a more personal connection with her. Meanwhile, Pris, the other replicant who is the pleasure model, uses her charm and cleverness to meet JF Sebastian.
This guy is a weirdo. Also, she climbs in the garbage.
She was, that was a weird way to meet him, but whatever.
That was a weird scene. That's where I started to be like, come on.
Yeah. So JF Sebastian is lonely and eccentric genetic engineer who works for Tyrell. He's isolated due to a rare condition. I'm not going to say this right.
He's like a glandular problem, right?
Yeah, it causes accelerated aging, making him appear older than he actually is. So he's way younger. And this is where it ties him to the replicants who also have that limited lifespan. So they kind of connect. He quickly warms to Pris and later to Roy. And then through him, the replicants hope to gain access to Tyrell to see if they can live longer.
I saw this movie later in life that I think most people when it originally came out, obviously. But I really liked the movie. But that whole thing where like it's him and those like weird doll things.
Oh, that was a weird.
He made his friends.
Yeah, there was two 80s for me. When they talk about stuff in the future, like the aesthetics are still from that time period, and it's clearly like that. Those dolls are clearly like from the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. The first time I saw it, I was like, "What the hell is this part?"
So that kind of took me out of it, and I was just like, "Ah, damn, man!" Like
I agree with you. I do agree with you.
So kind of prominent, especially later on.
Yeah,
I was just kind of like, oh man. The first time I watched it, the bar was set so high, and now throughout the movie, I was like, okay, this is good. It's a very slow burn, but then I got to that point in the movie, and I was just like, oh man, I don't like this.
So it's because of the guy was just hanging out with these dolls.
But the dolls looked like the aesthetically, they looked like clearly.
Dolls? You remember that?
They looked 80s.
Yeah. They looked like from the 80s. And just like, it took me out of it being a futuristic dystopian future. It just made me think like, oh, I'm in the 80s in some weird, creepy guy's house.
So it takes you back to whenever you were growing up and you had your 80s dolls. And you're like,
all my dolls. Yeah.
I do think that I missed the fact that he was accelerated aging the first time though.
Same.
So it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like that was something that like wasn't really, they said it clearly, but like it wasn't something they lingered on too much.
Yeah. Cause he was only supposed to be like 20 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just he was like a engineer that made, he just made dolls.
He was lonely.
Friends, right?
He's lonely because he made friends. Yeah.
Well, his job for Tyrell was to make the bodies, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Yeah. All right. There was something weird about that
stuff
guy.
to him. Yeah, definitely did some weird stuff to him.
Oh boy. Oh god. He made him watch some things. Okay.
I mean, it was pretty funny when those the little guys come walking in the scene and they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
But later on, when he fell asleep at the table, the doll has like this weird like mouth guard over it, like this. Did you guys see that? No. So
blew her jaw off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god.
So later on in the movie, when all right, he's at his house, and the girl's with him. The one android,
Pris.
Yeah, Chris. Chris is there with
Chris.
I'm like, what am I doing here?
And he's like sitting at the table, fell asleep, and that's when the leader comes in. But like you can see the one android's like shaking its head, like scared as and there's like metal mouthpiece over it. Like, why is his mouth like clamped shut with metal?
He
so
blew
it's like
his mouth out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is he doing? These dolls? It's weird.
Well, the first scene when you see these old dolls, he walks in. There's a bear. It's dressed up like Napoleon Bonaparte, and there's another guy that's like this little short guy, and he's a giant pee-pee nose. You see that?
Pee-pee nose.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like gagged. It's gagged. There's some metal bar over his mouth. I don't know if did you guys notice that?
He only needs the nose, Jordan. Know what I'm saying?
It's creepy.
Yes, it's all very creepy.
Just keep talking about. I'm gonna give you a timestamp for it because I want you guys to see this.
Okay. All right. Blah 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 blah. Where were we? Oh, Deckard does some detecting, trying to track down the replicants. There is a
that is the most 80s computer simulation interface thing I've ever seen.
Dude, the enhance, the classic.
So that's where it came from. Then I guess is where it finally.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there is something I can't stand, and it's in like horror movies where they go to the library and they go through all the goddamn newspapers and it's like, at least he was looking. I don't know. It was a little different here, but like I can't stand that
when
they do
real
that.
Quick.
Like the research section?
Yeah.
Go to an hour, 13 minutes, and 56 seconds in. He's
an hour what?
13 minutes and 56 seconds in.
There he is. He does have a gag.
Yeah,
he's got like an army helmet on.
But he's like shaking his head.
Yeah,
in
big
fear.
big nose guy.
Yeah, but why? What's
he's in
his
Slipknot.
Mouth? Why is that thing on his mouth?
Oh, this is whenever her eyes are all like with the black stripe. Oh, that got
also
me
very
up.
80s.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, there's a super important scene I don't want to miss where after he's detecting, he's like hanging out at home before the enhancing goes on. And this is what was added in later versions, but Deckard has a memory flash into his head about a unicorn as he's kind of like lost in thought. So more on that later, but remember it.
Because this is only in this cut, right?
Well, I think there were 2 cuts with it. Okay. They added it. It wasn't in the original cut, though.
Yeah, both were dumb. Yeah.
He finds some stuff by enhancing some images, which is classic. He's out and about trying to find out where the woman he found is by enhancing, just like at bars and stuff, asking folks. He ends up calling Rachel to see if she wants to come have a drink, and she declines, kind of. It was a little strange there. He was like, oh, I never had someone walk out on me when I was being so kind, or something weird like that.
And then he assaults her later. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
Does he assault her?
Yeah, oh, yeah. He's pretty forceful.
Okay, all right, well. He ends up tracking down Zora Salome, who's working as an exotic dancer in a nightclub. So that's who he enhanced upon. That's the assassin model.
He found out that like the scale he found in the bathtub was not a scale. It was from a scale from an artificial snake, not a real snake.
Right.
He has to go through like a series of people to find out. Find that out.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's pretty cool.
It is. I'm glossing over some things, or else we'll be talking about this for 2 hours. We're already at 52 minutes, and I'm in Act 1 still. So Zora, he spots her performing on stage, blending in with the environment, which highlights how replicants can pass as human in plain sight. He briefly speaks to her, saying he's some guy from some place. I forget exactly what he said, but he changes his voice to make him seem like some harmless twerp while like investigating in the dressing room. She catches on and does a number on old Deckard, giving him a choppy chop before strangling him almost to death before other performers start to fill in backstage, which prompts her to run out of there. This saves Deckard and forces him to flee. So,
did you guys ever see Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
It's been a very long time.
Yeah, very long time.
So the boss that Christina Applegate's character, she works at like a place. Her boss is that woman, Rose.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a little factoid there, Jordan.
I like it.
Brian would appreciate that.
Oh boy.
We need to get a
Call him
soundboard
in.
for him.
Get him in. Ask him. Call him on the phone. Deckard follows her through the city streets in a tense pursuit. Zora tries to escape, leading to a dramatic chase that ends with her being shot and killed in a crowded public space. He's like, it's fine. I'm a Blade Runner. Don't worry. Nothing to see here.
So they're allowed to shoot in public?
Yeah, they're allowed to shoot to kill. They have authority to do that.
Oh, okay.
Leon actually ends up seeing Zora's demise, and he kind of lies in wait as the police clear the scene. Leon then ambushes Deckard, beating his completely beating his.
Happens a lot.
Yeah. And during the struggle, Deckard drops his gun and is left vulnerable. It looks like the end for old Deck, but it turns out Rachel actually took him up on the invite last minute, and she shoots Leon in the head with Deckard's gun, saving Deckard and killing Leon.
I don't know this about Harrison Ford, but he's bad at getting beat up. Like, he's not a good fight actor, I don't think.
He needs to do the beating. I agree.
Like, he's good at punching people, but that's pretty much it for action for him. With
Do you mean as far as like he looks bad getting beat up, or like
he didn't sell it?
Yeah, he can't.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
exactly. I agree.
Okay.
Yes, he's not good at being beat up. Like when he gets the gun smacked out of his hand, he's like, "Oh no!" Oh, he like overacts it to like a funny degree. Look, take a look at his face whenever he's getting the gun smacked out of his hand.
Yeah, you're all right.
He's like, "Oh my gosh, you smacked the gun!" Woo!
Speaking of that, though, like you guys, I heard that there's a The Rock has a stipulation in his contract with movies he can't lose a fight.
I also heard that, but I don't know how true it is. You know, who knows on the internet?
Lost a fight in a movie.
He's the Scorpion King. He got killed.
That tower one, he gets the crap beat out of him.
Tower.
What about the Smashing Machine? He probably gets beat up in that one that he won an award for.
I did watch that. It's actually a pretty good movie.
I heard it's great. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. In that movie, he loses, but he ends up tying of a technicality.
Oh God, it's in my contract.
Anyways, back to the movie. That slow mo of her dying is the most 80s thing ever.
Oh yeah.
She's like,
yeah. The glass. Yeah, it's sweet. After Rachel saves Deckard from Leon, they return to Deckard's apartment. Rachel's visibly shaken. She's still processing the fact that she killed Leon in self-defense and asks Deckard if he would hunt her if she tried to escape, reflecting her fear and uncertainty about her own survival. During this scene, there's a noticeable eye glare on Rachel. This has been happening throughout the film. We kind of already talked about it. I will talk about it a little bit more later, but there was also a faint eyeball glare.
Someone doesn't have an eyeball glare.
Yeah, well, I don't know, though. That one scene, though, there was a faint one.
Really?
The one I just talked about. I think there is. Hold on, let me find it. It is 106:30 30-ish. It's there for like a half second. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So wait, the whole concept here is he's like, I'm getting on this pleasure bot, right? Or whatever she is. But is she going to die in 4 years?
I mean, that's
Rachel?
the assumption, right? We
Yeah.
don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we know because she's experimental. She's like better than Nexus 6, so we don't know how long she's going to
Right.
live.
They didn't say she was Nexus 6. They just said she had implanted memories. So,
Well, but they said Tyrell said she was experimental, so she's.
yeah.
You were assuming she's a step above that, but again, we don't know. Yeah,
It's ambiguous on purpose.
You know what they
Yeah.
should call her? They should call her a jug. Know what I'm saying? You get a connection?
Oh, yeah.
Connection?
Good God.
Was that Cyberpunk?
I don't know.
I guess. That's
Was that
like
a Cyberpunk movie.
We're talking about what's the movie
Vesper.
called? Vesper from season 3 or
Cyberpunk?
season
I think
3.
it might be.
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
The jugs, yep. See, they made
and-
jugs in this movie.
God.
That's what they call the androids or whatever.
Yeah, I know what they called them.
He's like,
So
I
this
get
is
it.
whenever he doesn't let her leave.
He gives her a smooch. Deck's a dirty dog.
And he makes her say, she wants it, which is weird.
He slams the door on her, won't let her leave. Yeah.
I don't think he made her say it.
Yeah, he says it, I think.
We should just call him Krillin. Am I right, Jordan? All right.
Old android.
Anyway, Pris and Roy, we're off to them now. Ask JF Sebastian how to reach Tyrell, but Sebastian doesn't know of a way. They're just talking to him, and then they end up focusing on a chess table in the room, to which Sebastian states he actually plays with Tyrell remotely. With their superior knowledge, they checkmate Tyrell after Sebastian calls him late one night with 2 moves that assure him victory. This intrigues him, and he lets Sebastian up, wondering like what was on his mind aside from the game that he chose to visit so late, and he beat him. Like, what's going on? So they basically manipulated Sebastian's loneliness and admiration to get close to him, and the chess game gives them the pretext to approach Tyrell. Roy and Pris finally confront him in his office. Roy demands a way to extend their lifespans, pressing Tyrell about the limits of their 4-year existence. He explains that it's impossible to change, that their design is flawless but finite. So frustrated and desperate, Roy snaps. The confrontation escalates violently. He kills Tyrell, kind of tearing through him with a mix of like grief and anger, and he like crushes his eyes in, and like it's pretty brutal. He kills him.
Wait, what's up with the owl? What's going on with the owl?
The owl is just a robot.
Okay.
It's fake. Yeah, like most of the animals, I think all of them are, because they can't exist because the earth is or whatever.
Oh, so that's like this thing they don't really mention, but it just happens.
Right. Like they sort of mentioned, right? They're like, the reason replicants kind of exist is to go look for habitable planets without sending people to just die in them. So like, they're slaves pretty much.
So the idea here is it's just always raining because they messed up.
Yeah, I mean, clearly something happened. If they talked about it, I missed it.
But I mean, with animals in general, they make a comment earlier when Deckard's at that stripper girl's place. He's like, "Oh, is this a real snake or a fake one?" She's like, "If it was a real one, you think I'd be working here right now?" Like, so animals are real animals are very rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Earth right now. So I'm guessing a lot of them are deceased.
Because even though he's super rich, they're saying he can't even afford regular. Okay.
Well, he's also like the one making this stuff. So he's like, I can probably make this and profit off of it.
Probably sells owls. Yeah. Deckard tracks down Sebastian's home, and he finds Pris. She's just kind of like sitting there blending in with all those other creations, and eventually attacks Deckard. After she attacks him, this part was always a little weird to me.
So creepy, man. So creepy.
I feel like she could have easily killed him, but then she like lets him go to do backflips.
You're so dumb. That was dumb.
But wait, so some folks though attribute this to her time being close to being up, and it's starting to take hold, making her behave weird, which is
well, it makes sense because that happens to what's his name?
It happens to Roy. He's like, no, he's like holding his fists and stuff, acting weird. So thinking about it like that, right, I can maybe let it slide, but it's still weird. And that's why she freaks out and she shoots him on the ground. She's like, was dying anyway. After that, we get our final confrontation. Roy comes back to Sebastian and faces Deckard. Throughout this fight, Roy could have easily killed Deckard like a bunch of times. Yeah. He even breaks some of his fingers, saying it was for his fallen friends, like as he punches like through a wall and grabs his hand and stuff. Deckard's basically running away at the end of it, and it ends up in a rooftop chase. He attempts to jump across to another building, but he doesn't make it completely. He's hanging on for his life on the edge. Roy jumps across, and he is like looking down. He makes the jump. He's looking down at Deckard as he sees him about to fall, and right when he loses his grip, he saves him. So Roy, the bad guy of the film, bad guy, air quotes, ends up not really being as bad of a guy as you thought. Sure, he killed Tyrell, but that's kind of almost like, you know, the whole like man and God thing. And, you know, you created me flawed, so this is his, you know, retribution.
Tale as old as time.
Right.
And all kinds of like, you know, religious and
Land Before Time. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Great movie. Love, what's her name?
Sarah?
Petrie?
Oh,
Petrie.
Sarah, yeah, Sarah.
Ducky.
Spike?
Roy gives a famous monologue here. He says, I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time like tears in rain. Time to die. So this is probably one of the most iconic parts of this, being like tears in rain, was actually not part of the script. And Rutger Hauer added that, and that's something that people still quote like all the time.
Lame.
After he delivers this, his 4-year lifetime limit catches up with him, and he expires. His final act being saving a life.
Stupid.
After this,
which I think is super interesting because, like, again, he's toying with Deckard the whole time. Like, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. You can see him kind of like, does he have to like stab a nail in his hand to like keep him like self going to like get his focus going?
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I'm dying. He knows he's dying. He knows his time is up. He understands how precious life is because he's dying, and he saves a life. And it's like, oh, this thing that maybe doesn't have emotion or empathy, maybe it does. Maybe we shouldn't treat them like
boring.
Yeah, but it was also rare, and since we're like, especially with Harrison Ford, like he was gonna die. He's like he lost. And
the hero
villain,
loses kind of.
The villain, quote unquote, like saved him. Was like, I'm gonna spare you, and then he just dies. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
God, this movie is so boring.
So Gaff says you've done again. They show up, like his homies show up. He said, "You've done a man's job, sir. I guess you're through, huh?" Gaff says as he finds Deckard after his confrontation with Roy. He throws him his gun, and as he's walking away, he says, "It's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does?" So after that, Deckard returns to his apartment alone. He's tense. He has his gun drawn, unsure. Like, I think the door was open, right? He's like, uh-oh, is someone inside here?
Yeah.
He eventually does find Rachel asleep under some blankets, alive and unharmed.
He thought she was dead.
He thought she was dead.
Yeah.
As they prepare to leave together, they walk towards the elevator, and Deckard notices an origami unicorn left nearby, presumably by Gaff, who was making... It's definitely Gaff, who always was doing origami throughout the film. And this is where it's interesting that they added that unicorn scene. So this references Deckard's earlier unicorn dream. It suggests that Gaff knows his private thoughts, implying that Deckard himself might be a replicant with implanted memories. So
shut up. That's dumb. That's stupid.
So that's what I want to know. Was that okay? So I know the unicorn dream memory was added to this movie, but was that last scene part of the original movie the whole time?
I think so, except the only other difference is there was like the good ending where they left it less ambiguous to like what happens to them. Like, do they actually get out? Right? Like they showed them.
You still don't know.
Right.
Yeah. But was that, did he still find the origami unicorn?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think so.
That makes a big difference.
Okay. Sure it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's so dumb. That's so dumb.
So okay, the fact that he had a memory of a unicorn, clearly that's not real because unicorns aren't real.
Oh wait, he didn't find it in the original cut.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, but
the specific unicorn model and dream sequence were added to the 1992 director's cut.
Yeah, but unicorns aren't real, yes, but like they're also all over media.
But he had a memory of it.
Batman isn't real either, but he's all over the place.
But he had a memory of a unicorn.
Right.
Yeah, from a TV show probably. Like growing up. Like there's plenty of unicorns all over the crap in the world.
All right, Chris.
Maybe not in this world.
Oh, it's supposed to be Earth, brah.
Do they have TV?
Yeah, he was enhancing on it, remember? Enhance.
No, that was recording.
Yeah, but it was still using a TV. That's a TV. Because there's a TV with the lady that there's the same shot that they show like 17 times with a lady, like the lady on the big billboard.
That's an ad. It's a billboard.
So what ads are we seeing then if they don't see him on TV?
We don't know if there's actual TV though.
Oh, that lady?
Are you seeing signs?
Yeah.
So that lady, I needed to bring up. Tiffany wanted me to bring it up that they used her in the one South Park episode, the COVID episode.
Oh, really?
The advertisement lady. So if you pause this movie at 1 hour, 6 seconds, and 36 seconds, you can see a faint glint in Harrison Ford's eyes too.
1 hour, 6 seconds.
Whether this was intentional or not, it's 1 hour, 6 minutes, 36 seconds.
You see that. I don't know. That seems like just like the room lights.
It could be, but that adds to the ambiguity of whether or not.
This is like seeing crap in art that's like from a long time ago. You're like, the painter did it this way because of this. And you're like, nah, shut up. No, he didn't.
They literally added the unicorn later to make it more ambiguous. Like,
okay, so they're just trolling people.
All right, so here's the thing, though. According to the book, in the book itself, he's not an android.
Right.
Harrison Ford thought he was an android, but Ridley Scott said the whole time he thought he's an android.
Right.
And then, but what else? What does the sequel do, though?
I don't want to ruin anything for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, that's the thing. It's interesting because there's so many different cuts and like there's so many different meanings, but like the sequel kind of like This is
It
what
does.
it was. This
I'll
is
tell you what
it
the
is.
sequel is going to do. It's going to bore the me just like this one. Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry Ivan Ooze wasn't in this, Chris, all right?
That movie's garbage, man. I can't believe I ever liked the Power. That ruined the Power Rangers for me. That movie.
It wasn't a good movie.
Well, this ruined Harrison Ford for
Sylvester
me.
Stallone, it ruined him. He ruined
Okay,
himself.
so
Hold on, I'm not done.
Okay.
While they wait for the elevator, Deckard recalls Gaff's earlier line, "It's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does?" This shows that Gaff anticipated Rachel being there, understood her limited lifespan, and chose to let Deckard and Rachel escape together. So Gaff was a homie at the end. And that is Blade Runner. Yeah.
So the idea is that he's a replicant that hunts replicants.
Right, maybe. We don't know. It's
That's
ambiguous.
Do you think if you saw this in a theater, like for the first time or something, you'd be like, "The hell was that?" Because there's no way anybody would have caught on to this stuff that easily.
Well, you wouldn't know because you don't know what version you're watching.
Well, I'm saying, like, if you watched this in the theater back in 1982 and you saw, like, would anybody ever come up with that theory without watching it 10 times? You know, those theories, like catching those things.
I don't think so. I think there's a reason he came back to this and did the final cut, because this is the vision he had for it the whole time, and just, you know, he had way more money and things, like he just chose to do this.
He probably had more power to like release it because I'm sure at the time,
Yeah, absolutely.
He's at the whim of like the studio and the producers. Yep. Like, this is what we have to do. You like, especially like they're like, you show it to an audience, like, wait, we didn't like how that went, so you got to change it if you don't think it's released. Right. So yeah, so
we got to add a narration. Maybe you needed the narration version, Chris.
So it just came out and said, like, it doesn't come out and say like, hey, look at all, like, there's, okay, again, there is so much going on in this movie. There are so many things happening. It is probably could have been like 3 hours long easily if they would have added in like probably ways to explain a lot of this crap. I understand that. Like, there's probably scenes that they could have added in to made it more clear. Maybe, you know, obviously he didn't really want to do it that way, or that's part of the art, I guess.
So, hey, Chris, real quick, the sequel is 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Oh God.
But your boy's in it. Ryan Gosling's in it.
I would argue like the sequel makes this movie better.
It does. I agree. I think the sequel's better.
About Terminator 2, so.
Did you watch Terminator 2 yet?
No, but Terminator 1 wasn't very good.
Yeah, shit.
I told you that. I agreed with you on that.
Nah, it's still good.
So, okay. Do you want to move into the feedback now? Because I got stuff to say.
Yeah, you're already saying it.
No, I got something to say. Do you want to go say? You want to go first, Jordan? Or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
So I know I said this previously. I was very late to seeing this movie. The bar had been set so high because, like, it's, you know, it was like the cyberpunk. It just I think it introduced kind of cyberpunk to the mainstream media as far as movies are concerned, especially sci-fi. But I was so late to seeing it that the bar had been set so high that I was kind of disappointed by it. Although, like I said, the opening shot was amazing. Like they show the scale and like the premise of it, I think, is really original. But it reminded me of like the Beatles. Okay, so I don't like the Beatles,
Nope.
but I appreciate them. I can understand what they did.
Nope. Boring.
I appreciate them because like you can see their
Influence.
Influence.
Yes, thank you. I think it's the same thing with this movie. Like, I like this movie. I actually do like the movie, but you can see their influence in like a lot of the sci-fi movies I like. So by the time I saw this movie, I was like, oh, this is kind of already been done before, but like I still appreciate the fact that like this was the first one to do this kind of thing. And I still like the movie. Don't get me wrong, I still like the movie. But I think the bar was set so high for me the first time I watched it. That was kind of like, oh, it's slow pace. It was slow pace. I'm not saying in a bad way. Sometimes it wasn't a bad way. It's kind of slow pace. I don't think there's a lot to take in until I've watched it multiple times. Like, there's a lot going on, but like I don't think it's enough for me to be like, it's too overwhelming, kind of like too much stuff going on. I do think I'm very impressed by the practical effects of it, special effects of it.
They were
like
amazing.
Extremely impressed by like again, I don't know which version I've ever seen before, but like I'm sure the version we just watched, the final cut, was like up-res or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the technical term, but it's very that was very impressive.
I think you're looking for the word. Is what you're kind of saying.
I like it, but I do, like I said earlier, that whole scene where like they're in that guy's house and like the weird dolls
very
thing. I was like,
80s,
okay, the very 80s that kind of took me out of the beginning. Like you're beholden to the times you're in, so it's hard to get past that. But I think the premise of it, I think, is very interesting. The special effects, I think, the practical effects, I think, are very interesting. I like the fact that he's Harrison Ford, because Harrison Ford I knew before this movie was like he always wins. Even in Indiana Jones, he kind of gets beat up, but like he always kind of wins. But like he loses in this. He would have died if it wasn't for like what's his name saving at the end. So I think that was kind of interesting.
He kind of loses every fight.
I think that happens in Indiana Jones too.
No, yeah. He Indiana Jones, he loses, but he also ultimately wins because of himself.
People save him though,
not because the antagonist saves him. It's just because of dumb luck. It's dumb luck usually. Like, but the guy actually saved him. This I do like which I never really picked up on until this rewatch. That there's this like that ongoing theme of like man, the creation of man. What's it mean to be like human? It's obviously an ongoing thing in like all life and like media and literature, but like especially nowadays like AI and stuff like that. What does it mean to be human? I think it's very interesting. And like the idea of like the guy meeting the maker and just killing him. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can't do anything for me. You're supposed to be like my God, and you're letting me down. He kind of kills him. I think it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I think there are some shortcomings though at the same time.
Yeah.
But again, like I also never seen this movie until I seen all the movies that this movie influenced. So it kind of makes it tough.
The influence is so wide and
it's
far,
very clear the influence. But again, like I never saw this movie before seeing all those movies.
That's true. Yeah,
movie influence. So it's kind of hard to like. But I do like it. I'll say that I do like it.
All right, Quiz.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next. One, I'll say at the top, I hate the creators like glasses. I'm an idiot. Those are stupid glasses.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that's an 80s style thing. The one thing that Jordan didn't like...
He had the what is it, the meta goggles or whatever they are?
Yeah. Meta goggles.
He's basically Zuckerberg in this film, so...
Yeah, well, come on, let's give him too much credit to Zuckerberg.
Chris, guess who the guy...
That's true. That's fair.
I have a lot of problems with this movie. I think it's really boring. It's very dense. There's a lot going on. I was trying to, I did rewind a couple times here and there, just trying to be like, what the hell did you just say? Why did you say that? What does it make, I kept on noticing the eye thing, when that would come up, and that was interesting. I like the cinematography of this is great.
Yeah.
The sound.
Cinematography is fantastic, and the color,
the special effects and everything.
Is that really Scott doing that, you think? I didn't really pitch it, like...
Probably a team of people. I mean, he probably worked with artists and everything with it. It's not just like him alone in most cases.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like sometimes it's very clear. Like you can tell, like, oh, this is a Steven Spielberg movie. Like
Jordan Cronenworth was the cinematographer under the direction of Ridley Scott.
Yeah, he's probably like yes or no on everything. So, but like just the way like they set up a lot of like the scenes, a lot of like the environments. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff shot outside, but the scenes that they cut to outside every once in a while, like you can see, it gives you a little idea of how the world actually sucks out there. It gives you that dystopian look. There's like one scene, there's just like a couple hooligans running around smashing things outside. Especially when they're like in that broken down building. It's a good world that they put together, and it is very influential in a lot of other media. Like I said, The Expanse brings a lot of this to mind. Watch that series. It's amazing. It's on Netflix it's on Amazon. It's owned by Amazon. But yeah, like it was just so boring. There's like no emotion. Everybody's like the same even keel the entire time. Even whenever he's murdering people, like when the bad guy's he's like, I'm going to murder you now. I guess because he's a robot, Android. Right? Yeah. So it makes sense. But it's just like, all right, well,
I'm going to murder you now.
Well, I also think it's interesting though, like, I appreciate the fact that it's commonplace that these people exist. Because a lot of times in movies, like stuff like this, are like it's the beginning of stuff. Like you're being introduced to this as the time it's happening. So I like the fact that like these things are already existing. It's already a problem. There's already Blade Runners.
There's no origin story,
especially now with Dave. Everything's an origin story, and I think it's annoying. I think it's cool that they're like, this world's already established. I do want to see more of the world, though. They did an anime apparently in 2020.
I never saw it. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I would like to see more of this world established.
Oh, was it Blade Runners or something?
Blade Runner, Black Lotus, I think it's called.
And then there was like the prequel to the next film, which was focused around Batista's character, who did
What?
Yeah,
Batista was awesome.
he just wasn't in it very long. Yeah.
So there's only one smile in this entire movie. I think that girl smiles at the they're like the only time they ever laugh, I think, is in that one scene whenever the bad guy puts the eyeballs up to his face.
Just
like
one smile in the whole movie.
Yeah, like no one's happy at all.
No one's happy in this horrible future where everything sucks.
Chris the smile counter.
Well, the rich people should be
Smile
happy, right?
counter. We need that. Chris's smile
I only
counter.
saw
I only
3
counted one in
smiles.
Blade Runner.
It's a 3-smile film.
A smile counter and I never seen it counter.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. This is boring.
And
I don't
then
understand
the
it.
credit report from Jordan.
Credit report.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just I get the idea. It's dreary stuff. The point, like, I was okay with the movie up until the final, like, fight scene. Whenever that was so long, so drawn out, so boring, so stupid. Just like kill him, get it over with, bro. Just it's so lame. Just
what was boring about it?
Because you're just like walking through this building. You're like, come on, just someone shoot something. Come on, please, God. And then the bad guy kept on doing crazy stuff. Like, I get it. You're crazy guy. I got it. It was just long.
It's because he was dying. They were like, they go
but
nuts.
I didn't know that.
You're crazy. Wow, I'm crazy.
Crazy
guy.
guy.
Well, you should have paid attention in the movie.
I get it. You're a crazy guy.
I get it. You're crazy. It's not the fact that you're like malfunctioning because you're losing.
You're a dumb robot. I gotcha. The end of the movie was just lame to me. I thought now I didn't expect him to be able to beat up an android. I get it, right? Like, how else could this end?
That's the thing, though. How else could it end? So you think it was anticlimactic because he didn't beat him up?
Yes.
Because Deckard
So
didn't
he
win.
needed to see him get beat up.
I needed someone to die here violently. I don't know. There has to be more action.
The creator.
There's no action.
That's what you were expecting. You fell for the same thing that the audience did. They thought Harrison Ford action movie.
Yeah,
Nope.
1980s Chris. That's him. He's expecting action. Yes. Harrison Ford is action.
Do you think that's the case in the 80s back then when you saw it, or do you think that's how since we've watched movies since then, that's our program to think it?
Yeah, if anything, I think it's cooler that it went against the grain and expectations, especially.
I want to see someone get beat up.
I mean,
Harrison Ford
got beat up.
But I need more ninjas and guns and stuff. I don't know.
Ninjas and guns.
Like, he was just like, he punched him once and he's like, you're dead. Oh, I gotcha.
So that's the thing. Androids are super strong.
Right, I get you. That's why this is a no-win situation for Deckard. But if Deckard was an android, shouldn't he be able to take the hits?
He lived.
That's part of the reason why people think he's not an android, because like he should have superhuman strength, which he clearly doesn't have.
Yeah, because he gets beat up by 2 androids.
A lot.
Well, maybe he's not a combat model, though. Maybe he's a pleasure model.
He's a milking model.
No. He's a soaking model, guys.
Yeah. He's a Model S for soaking.
Model S.
Spit my beer out. He's a soaking model.
The running joke.
He's a soaking model.
The soaking model. All
right, so Chris, based on what you saw in this movie,
it's boring.
All right, fair enough. Okay, that's been established. Do you think Deckard is a android or not?
Couldn't care less. Don't care.
Okay, there
that's
you go.
not
right.
Chris.
No, I think he's not. I think he's just a human. Like, because again, he got his butt kicked like how many times?
Yeah.
At least 3.
Yeah.
Could they missed the point where he could have been like, like typical action movie where the guy's like, oh no, I'm super strong, and like kind of like Rookie of the Year.
Wouldn't they be dumb if they did that though?
Yes, it'd be real stupid, but I would have liked it better.
Oh, by
Just
the
like
way, I just found out I'm android, so I can punch really hard.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like if there was a skeleton that popped up, I'd be like, Jeff would have gone off, like
That's fair.
a guy discovering.
And listen, a skeleton would have made this movie better in my eyes, but that is every movie, so
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. He obviously wasn't. It's very clear that he's not. I guess for me, it's
very clear.
Yeah, because he got beat up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So what? All the other androids got shot and killed and died.
Yeah, but he got beat up and they were beaten up. Beating people, like they were crushing him. He wasn't able to block it. Like if he would have caught a punch and been like, "Oh crap," and then like start throwing, like then then he's a robot. But he's not.
It would have been a very different movie though.
He's a guy in a field where there aren't many of. There's so little of them left that they had to get him out of retirement. Also, he was retired. Like, retired.
Which means he wasn't working anymore because he worked for so long.
Right, but that also, that's what they call killing people. Killing replicants. Dead. Right, I'm just saying. As another... Anyway.
All right, Jeff, what do you think of this movie?
All right,
wait,
so clearly... No, you're done. You're done. You're dead to me. You're retired. We're retiring your opinions. Okay. Clearly, I like this movie. That's why I picked it. And this was the one that I know is good. Like, of all the movies I'm picking, this is the best one this season.
Good.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I do like another one, but I don't know. There might be more action in it for Chris, so he might like it. But
there you go. See,
but no, I think this is just a really interesting movie. I like that it did stuff that was unexpected, especially for the time. But like you, Jordan, I saw it later, and I was also hyped up, and I was also actually a little let down the first time I saw it. But then I looked into it a little bit more. I watched it again. And I was like, okay, no, I like the aesthetic is so cool. The cinematography is so cool. All the shots are so cool. The world is so cool. I love the ambiguousness of it. I love that they didn't hold your hand through it.
Yep.
There's a lot of things I really like about it. Does that mean it's perfect? No. I think the scene with the dolls is weird too. It is definitely a little too weird in 80s. Like J.F. Sebastian's weird doll room, whatever it was.
But you can see that blueprint of how a lot of these other franchises and movies
Absolutely.
and sci-fi came out of. So I appreciate that. That alone, I think
the cinematography version, yes, you can definitely see it in all the cinematography, like the environmental designs and stuff.
Yes,
there's a game Kojima made, Snatcher. It's basically this. It's awesome too.
Wait, so Kojima made that?
Yeah,
he's notorious for for loving Hollywood though.
I also really like the fact, I wasn't thinking about it quite as you were, where you were talking about when he killed Tyrell and that's his god. And it's that's super cool. And that also just made me think not only is he, killing his maker, but maybe he's doing that for another motive, another reason. And that's now he can't create anything else like he is, to kind of spare them from that pain too. So it's kind of two-folded. Cool. I don't know. And like I said, I really liked the sequel a lot. I like it better than this, even though I also really like this movie. And of course, that movie makes this movie better in my eyes too.
Same, 100%. Yeah.
But I really liked this sequel, and I thought Ryan Gosling was awesome in it. And yeah, I think the cinematography and color use in that movie is incredible. But for when this came out in '82, it's just so awesome, and it established the look and feel of so many other things that we all definitely, whether you know it or not, Blade Runner's influenced something that you probably like. So
I think I like this better than Terminator though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But it's 1% to 2% isn't much. So.
No, geez. All right.
The bar is low.
Yeah.
Good God. All right, let's do this.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I like this better than Terminator 1.
I think I do too.
I mean, the sound design's really good. It's like I said, the environmental design.
Much different movie.
The acting is fine. I mean, it's, whatever. What they're doing is stupid, but how the actors are good actors. Harrison Ford can't take a hit and is bad at getting beat up. But other than that, I mean, he's Harrison Ford. He's great.
I don't think Daryl Hannah was good in this movie of Kill Bill fame.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they had a different leading actor, maybe better. I don't know. But they would have put, I don't know, maybe. Who was the other big 80s actor that everybody liked?
Kurt Russell.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No. I don't know.
Mel
Wesley
Gibson.
Snipes.
You know what's funny? For the longest time, forever saw this movie, even knew it was a thing. On the poster where they show Harrison Ford with a gun, I also thought that was Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah.
If you actually watch it's not a picture. It's like a hand drawn art picture. I also thought it was Mel Gibson.
Who's Mel Gibson in? What's he in?
Mad Max, Lethal Weapon, Braveheart. Nothing now because he's crazy, but
he got canceled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the ratings. So let's figure out what we're going to rate this movie. Jordan, what do you give it? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I give it a thumbs up. like I said, I never saw this until about 10 years ago. Very late to the game. I was slightly disappointed in it, but after we're watching it a few times, especially the themes of the movie, I really enjoyed like the creator versus the created God kind of complex thing. I think is really interesting. I do see the blueprints of what makes great sci-fi movies now, or even cyberpunk movies now. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's great. Harrison Ford is great, even though he doesn't really say much in this movie.
It's not a typical Harrison Ford role, that's for sure.
Which I kind of appreciate that more because of that. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up.
Thank you, Jordan. Thumbs up from you. I'm gonna go next. I think now, based on what you just said, Jordan, maybe I didn't like any of the actors in it, and maybe if taking that out, maybe I would have liked the story because the story seems cool.
Yeah, there's
maybe
something
the way
there.
they acted it. Yeah, of course. Maybe it's the way it was acted and portrayed by the actors because I like the world, I like the cinematography, I like the sound. I just don't like the people.
That might be like a kind of similar to the George Lucas thing, where like Star Wars is great, but like the way it's written and directed is bad.
So everything about it except for the story.
With the prequels, yeah, like the prequels, like clearly like there's a good story there, but like the way he directs and like wrote the script is terrible. So the actors only have so much to work with, kind of thing. But I don't think it's necessarily that bad. But like, yeah, there's something there that's like really cool. Chris, I do want to watch the sequel because like it only sets up this movie that makes this movie that much better.
So it's like that Terminator 1 and 2 thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I had to watch this first.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pick that for my last movie since we got an extra one now.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe if I would have read that book or like would read into that book a little more, I'm not gonna read because it's boring. But like.
No,
I hate reading, but like if I would, maybe I would have liked the idea of the story.
Says a teacher.
Yeah. I'm not a reading teacher.
A reading teacher.
That is true. You're not a reading teacher.
I teach the opposite of reading. Like
that's true. You're more practical.
Not math either.
He's more practical. Like, yeah.
I'm a shop teacher. I don't teach any of this. I'm not reading crap. It's boring.
I'm not a reading teacher.
I didn't have to read to get a doctorate. I'm not reading this crap.
I didn't get a degree in reading,
guys. You're a doctor.
Yeah. I'm not a reading guy. I'm not a doctor or reading. This is dumb. But like maybe I would have enjoyed the story differently if it was told, like presented differently. Like, I don't know. Rip out all the actors and put in, I don't know, someone better. I don't know. Would they ever remake this, you think?
They just made the sequel.
But I mean, would they remake this movie? Like, that's a big thing.
No. I don't think
they already did it in 2007. They made the final cut.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This is
Yeah, but if Ridley Scott dies and then like the people who own like the studio's like, hey, we're remaking it.
They would make other stories in the universe. I'm sure there's a game, like I didn't play it, but it just got re-released on not too long ago.
Chris, are you interested by this world at all?
Cyberpunk world or like
like this universe? Is there anything like you find interesting in this universe?
The robots. I don't know.
The fact that you think about it, you're okay. No, all right.
I mean, like of this specific movie, of this world, like if anything in this movie world that would be expanded upon that I'd like.
Yeah.
I don't know. That guy that made robots was kind of weird. I don't know. Made a bunch of weird dolls. You know.
He's like, yeah, made a bunch of sex dolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. Again, it's like every other cyberpunk thing because this was the thing that started it, right? This is like the video games, the other movies, like.
Right. It's hard to like think about this movie without thinking about the movies that
everything that it inspired.
Yeah. It's hard to like detach yourself from that and think about that like critically. That's what happened to me when I watched it. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this because like clearly, again, you see the blueprints that set up all these other movies. Is like I was kind of disappointed by it, but I still like the movie. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it's like playing any first person shooter and being like, I hate Doom, or Wolfenstein 3D. But
that's a very good point. It's
a very valid point, I love Call of Duty. You know, that's that type of thing. Is like but you can see where the influence came from. I guess the inspiration and the people that played that made Call of Duty. You know, they grew up playing this. So someone that makes movies now that are cyberpunk are probably influenced heavily by this, and that's their visions. I mean, there's like I said, there's plenty of media that I like that have this type of influence. So
I appreciate the fact that you realize that, Chris.
Oh yeah, I mean a doctor. You know, whatever.
It shows growth.
Not a reading doctor.
Not a reading doctor or a watching movies doctor, but
I don't read.
I don't read. I'm not reading. That's stupid. So I give it a thumbers down. Back to that
Whoa.
original point.
All right.
I'm thumbing down.
I thought you were
the
going to do
hell.
a thumbs up. All right.
No, never.
What an L take by Chris.
Such a
never,
boring
never.
thumb. My thumb was bored. It was so far down. Yeah, I can say all this crap about it and be bored as hell, and I can't. I can't read it into this one. Jeff, what about you?
Chris, it's okay. I guess I should have expected.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for me. Classic film, all-time classic. Established so much, paved the way for so many cool and awesome other things that came after it, including the sequel. So yeah, thumbs up for all the reasons I already talked about earlier. And it's a great film. And if you haven't seen it, hopefully you watched it for Watch Pals. And if not, we just spoiled the whole thing for you. So what are you doing?
You're not missing much. So
I thought it was crazy, the fact that I haven't seen that movie until I did.
I agree. I don't know why. I also,
How big of a thing it was.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I can see it.
I actually played a game when I was a teenager called Rise of the Dragon, not even realizing it was, or Revenge of the Dragon or something like that, not realizing it's in the Blade Runner universe. And I was like, this game's great. And I have a great memory about it. It's like a detective game.
Are you a Blade Runner?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I don't like detective stuff.
Maybe not.
I think that's just a thing. Maybe that's my problem with this.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to. You don't have to think.
I don't want to thinker it up. I don't like thinking or
You just
reading or
be
thinking.
told.
Yeah.
You just don't want to tell you how to feel.
I want to be blasted in the face with punches and kicks and beautiful people, I guess. I don't know.
So, Chris, let's consider a noir movie.
I don't like maybe I don't like noirs. What signifies a noir? Just black and white?
No, it's usually there's usually like a detective thing and something else, something seedy.
Oh, God,
big kind of seedy things going on, usually involving like L.A. or like New York,
What?
like some kind of like local government cover up kind of things going on.
A genre of crime film or fiction characterized by cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of ambiguity.
Goody.
I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of goo.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds again, I've said this many times, like the whole like cop drama, like that whole thing just bores the crap out of me.
Did you play L.A. Noire?
I played it and was bored to tears and I played it for like an
great
hour.
Game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was like bored. I'm not a fan of that whole process. I don't know, the whole cop
You don't like
process.
detective stuff. Cop process. And that's fair.
The thought. He's like I'm not a fan of thought process.
Yeah, like solving like a problem like that.
Problems.
I'd be the cop that would go in and just start. I would go in and shoot things
Guns
up.
blazing.
And then just ask questions later, maybe, or just drive away. I don't know.
Shoot and ask questions later. All right.
Yeah, like someone's got murdered in here. Boom, boom, boom. Kill everybody else. Be like, all right, now who did it?
It's a good thing you're not a cop, man.
Yeah, I just ruin the crime scenes all the time. Just going like, what's this stuff going on here?
That's weird.
We'll never catch this guy because I ruin everything.
All right. Who's next? Jordan? He's
Jordan's
up. What's your
next.
movie?
All right. So you guys are gonna hate this one, man.
No.
All right, so what made me think about this movie?
A corgi detective.
No,
Oh.
I recently watched If I Have Legs I Kick You, which is
Oh, I saw that. We were going to watch that and we just didn't, but it looks intense.
it's very intense. It gave me anxiety the whole time, which maybe reminded me of a movie I watched years ago. Aside from If I Had Legs That Kick You, this is the only movie I ever watched that gave me anxiety the whole time. It's called Mother.
Oh.
Is it a Nicolas Cage movie?
Nope. It's Mother with an exclamation point. Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep, I've seen it.
This is the one she's in a movie like every year for years. Javier Bardem's in it. Ed Harris is in it. And it reminds me of like recurring dreams I've had where...
Is Danzig in it?
No. Do you guys ever have recurring dreams?
Mother. I mean, yeah. There's some that are like, the teeth falling out thing, the slow punching thing.
Yes. Do you ever have dreams where like everyone around you is acting crazy and you're normal?
Nope.
Okay, so
This is absolutely a movie.
This is what this movie is. There's a lot of religious undertones. It's made by Darren Aronofsky, who did Requiem for a Dream. This is when he's starting to do like religious stuff. a little bit. I find it very interesting. But this movie, I've never seen a movie that watched a movie that gave me so much anxiety watching it. So I want you guys to be part of that anxiety.
I've seen it, and I don't remember much of it other than I remember having to like look up what the hell happened afterwards because I was like, "What on earth did I just?" It's a movie.
Think about this one.
Yeah,
it's a wild ride.
It's biblical themes and the reason I picked it because the anxiety. I was so mad and angry the whole time and like stressed out watching it. So I want you guys to experience that.
Her eyes have that glitter to them like the other people did.
Oh, like a replicant.
Yeah. Hot. I don't know.
Wow, what a hole.
Well, yeah, it's gonna go in the journal.
Oh, Jesus.
Go in the journal. Go in the journal.
So we're watching Mother, the exclamation point, and it's supposed to be a lowercase m too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Why are you picking this? Just because you want us to torture us?
I just told you, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he literally just said the reason.
So everybody's seen it except me.
I've only seen it once. I don't remember much of it.
Okay, so I was surprised you saw that, Jeff. All right.
I've never seen it.
I thought Jeff would have known about it when I watched it, but I know for a fact Kristen never even heard of it.
Yeah, I don't even know where we're going right now. Okay. Mother. Well, that takes the end. Mother. Thank you everybody out there in Watchland. I want to thank you, Jordan, for being here this week.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff, for being here this week.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And real quick, we forgot to mention Brian actually did pick a movie for next week and we watched it, but he's not going to do it, obviously. And I wanted to mention that his final movie that he made us watch also had a in it.
Oh, yeah. It was an awful movie. Watching that one next to this one, the Blade Runner, I was like, 2 boring movies in a row. Thanks, guys.
I don't want to hear it.
That was bad. That movie Sideways is bad.
It wasn't for me. It's just about.
I like it.
Yeah. I didn't like it. Thumbs down, 2 thumbs down, 1 thumbs up.
Yeah, I guess. But in any case, the next one officially is Mother. So, hey, if you want to help us out, get at us on any podcast platform of your choice. Send it to all your people you know, anybody you hate, everybody you love. Send it to a link to that. Help us out. Go ahead and give us a like, give us a thumbs up, whatever you can. You can find the link to that and all of our social media down in our show notes below. You can also visit watchpals.show at watchpals.show. watchpals.show for all those links. And you can also join our Discord there to come in and chat with us about stuff. Yell at me for hating movies and having bad takes on it.
But for seeing a movie.
Yeah. So again, thank you everybody out there. Jordan, thank you for being here. Jeff, thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for being here.
So thank you out there in Watchland. Until next time, set your watches for the next episode of the Watch Pals. Good night.
About to get replicated, or what is it? What do they call it?
Retired,
yes.
About to retire on that.
Retired.
All right.